Oh, hey up all, and welcome to another Hengist Wild Camps. Well, I'm back in the Peak District, and in particular, I'm in the Derwent Valley. I'm following the path that takes you across the top of Howden Down, and I've just followed the reservoir up, and I'm now just down there is the River Derwent, lovely little stream. I'm making my way towards Slippery Stones and the Packhorse Bridge. Well, it's a lovely day. This is the last week of February. So technically, this is the final week of winter. Next week, it's spring. Hey! With the lighter days, warmer days, and summer just around the corner, where everybody will be complaining about the midges and wishing it was winter. Right, well, I'm going to plod on, as I said, in direction of the Packhorse Bridge, Slippery Stones way. And I'll show you some views as I'm heading up there, but for the moment, I'm going to plod on. I've just arrived at the little gate that takes you down to the Packhorse Bridge at Slippery Stones. There it is down there. Let's have a walk down. Well, here I am at the Packhorse Bridge. It's been a while since I've been here. I think last time I was in this neck of woods, I was walking along that path up there, so I didn't actually come across this. But I love this place. Oh, I've been here so many times over the years. Sometimes, when it's not too busy, I've even done a cheeky bivvy camp just over there at the side of the banks. But I've often walked this way and made this a little stop, got some water out at the stream, made a brew, cup of soup or something like that before I carried on with my journey. Well, I've met one chap so far. He just walked across the bridge and he's gone up there towards the little gate up there that I showed you before. But apart from that, it looks fairly empty. Well, there's the Derwent River flowing down, just up there where it starts to go around the corner, there's a swimming hole. So I'm going to have a walk up to that and I'll show you that when I get there. But for the moment, I'm going to plod on. Well, behind me, just down there, that's the Slippery Stone swimming hole. And although it doesn't look it, it's fairly deep. In the summer, there are loads of people around here paddling away. Well, I say paddling, you can practically go under, it's that deep. But it's not a massive area, but like I said, in summer, tons of people in there. I've never been in, and I definitely won't be going in there because I bet that water's near freezing. This is the Derwent River. I'm going to head up into the Upper Derwent Valley and find a little spot. Now, the place where I'm going to, I've camped here before, and it was over a year and a half ago. It was my very first camp with the Outkit Tarp Star. That's where I went, this place where I'm going now, so it's long overdue a visit, and I'm looking forward to it because it's a nice little spot. You've got water, obviously, so you don't have to lug that. So come on, let's go up there and I'll show it to you. Well, I've arrived at my location, not a soul around. I'm pretty well hidden from other people because this is not a very well walked path. And yeah, there's about an hour until sunset. You can see the sun over there. I've just blinded myself by looking at it. Well, I think I'm going to get my tent up now, get myself sorted and settled in. Just there is where I'm thinking of getting my tent up. Wind's coming from that direction, so I'll have it end on facing that way, and that'll give me this lovely little view over the stream. Right, well, I'll get it sorted. Bring you back in a minute or two. Well, that's my tent up. It's just there. Didn't take long. I'm getting faster at putting it up. My third time I've used it. Ah, it's good to be back in this spot. Doesn't seem like it's a year and a half ago since I was last here. As you can see, if we have a quick look inside my tent, there's lots of bits of grass. I could do with getting a pan and brush on it. That's a job to do when I get home. But as you saw, it's rather barren inside. So next I need to get my sleeping pad inflated, my pillow inflated, get my sleeping bag out and get that lofting up. So I'll get on with that and I'll bring you back in a minute or two. Right, finally, got everything sorted in my tent. Got me silver foam mat, me Exped R value 5.2 mat inflated, got me -3 down bag out, got my pillar inflated. Not taking my boots off yet and got properly comfortable because there's another job that I've got to do. I've got to go down to the stream and collect some water. So I'll get on with that. I just need to find my bladder. Well, I've got my water bladder out and yeah, I need to make my way down there and collect some water. I'm not sure where to go. That doesn't look a bad spot down there. Get it off for that run. Right, well, I'll climb down there, try not to slip on way down, and more so try not to fall in water once I get down there. Hey! Well, I've got my water, just grabbed 2 litres. If I need any more, not far to come, is it? Going back up a different route. Right, well, I'll get back in my tent. I think I'll get my boots off and I'll bring you back in a second. Well, I'm all sorted now. You can always tell I've taken my boots off. I've not put down trousers on or anything like that, or a jacket yet. It's still quite warm, although the forecast overnight temperatures, I think it said it's going to get down to -2 overnight, -3 possibly. So not terribly cold, but it will warrant putting some warm layers on a bit later on. Well, as I said, I'm all sorted, and my thoughts are turning to, you've guessed it, a tin of McEwen's Champion 7.3. Whoa. Right, well, let's get it cracked open. Whoa, that smells good. Well, everybody at home, good health and cheers. Hey, by gum. Hey, that's good beer. Whoa, that hit the spot. Well, I'll just pop it in my beer holder, aka my boot. And yeah, my favourite part of the camp. Everything's sorted. I'm relaxed. I'm enjoying a beer. Well, I'll just show you what I've got around my feet. Well, if we start on this side, there's my boots, my beer holder. And as we pan past my feet, on this side, got my good old wooden spoon. In there is my kitchen, pots, pans, stove, everything's in there. 3 tins of McEwen's. I didn't empty these into a Ziploc bag this time and put some cheese sauce powder in, simply because I just forgot. And I've got some more of that chorizo spicy sausage, which was quite nice. I've got some posh biscuits. 4 triple Belgian chocolate shortbreads. Well, there's 3 because I've eaten one already. There's my water that you saw me collect before. There's my fuel for my stove. In there, I've got some cloths, and I think there's another bladder and my water filters in there. Well, now I'm all sorted. I might put wireless on, see what's happening in the world on news. The sun's just about to go down, although where I am, obviously I'm in a valley, so it's gone down already behind the hills. So yeah, I'm just going to enjoy this half an hour so of daylight before it gets dark, and enjoy my beer. I'll see you all in a bit. The time's approaching 6 o'clock. I've had 1 tin of beer, and I think it's time for tin number 2. So I'll just get it cracked open. Whoa, that smells just as good as the last one. I've got wireless on. Hopefully it won't be too loud because I've got the microphone here plugged in. Well, everybody at home, once again, good health and cheers.
Very good to see you. Then we heard the shout-outs from the press. The question to the president, will you get a peace deal? And Donald Trump said, yes, we can. Yes, we will. Then
Hey, by gum. That's still good beer. I'll just pop it in my boot once again. Well, it's definitely staying brighter than it has done over the last few weeks. Although, I think in about 10 minutes' time it'll probably be dark. The sky is absolutely clear. There's not a cloud in the sky. And because there's no cloud blanket, all the heat's disappearing. This is colder than last week when I was camping. Even though last week it was raining and, showers on and off. This is definitely more chilly. I might have to put my gloves on in a bit or put my legs inside my sleeping bag. I've just got it draped over the top of me at the moment. Well, I've put my down trousers on. I've got my down boots on. Synthetic puffer jackets over the top. And just got my sleeping bag kind of draped over the top of me. As I said, it's quite chilly. Yeah, bits of steam on my breath. I think I said before it's going to get down to about -2, possibly -3 tonight. So, on the grand scale of things, that's not terribly cold. It's, it's sub-zero, but pretty mild compared to, the previous weeks when I've been out. Oh, I've just seen my first star. I should make a wish on that. It could be one of those planets. Apparently all the planets are aligned tonight, but they just look like stars to me. I absolutely love this spot. It's great when you're camping up high and you've got an amazing view looking down over something, but I equally enjoy being down in the valley, especially when you're next to a river like this. I mean, the last time that I camped next to a river, I was with Kev Green and Yanu, and the sound just, well, you can probably hear it now on camera, I hope. Just that burbling, soothing sound of the stream running by. I find it's like a sleeping drug. It really helps me get to sleep at night. And it's just so relaxing and tranquil. I absolutely love it. This is a cracking little spot. Well, I'm going to carry on drinking this beer. And after I finish this, I might get some food on. I'm feeling a bit peckish already. I've had an out to eat today. So I'm looking forward to those 2 mug shots and the treat. So, and then my posh biscuits after. But in the meantime, I'm just going to slurp this and I'll catch up with you all later.
BBC News at 6 o'clock. This is Caroline Nichols. BBC News at 7 o'clock.
Well, it's just gone 7 o'clock. Let me just turn wireless down. That's better. I can hear myself now talking to you. Well, as I said, it's just gone 7 o'clock. And although I've been feeling hungry, I've had one of my posh biscuits and that's taking the edge off it. So instead of getting some food on right now, I think I've said in past, I always like to leave it until later because as your body tries to digest the food, your core temperature warms up. So it makes you really cosy as you're bedding down for night. So I'm going to leave it until after I've had my 3rd tin of beer. And on that note, let's get it cracked open. Oh, smells good. Well, everybody, once again, I'm like a broken record, aren't I? Cheers all, and good health. By gum. That's still good beer. Consistently good beer. Well, I'll just pop it back in my beer holder, my boot. As you can see, I've got my light on because the sun's gone, well, it went down ages ago. What was left of the daylight has now gone. And I think I said before that the temperature was really dropped until arches. Sorry, I got distracted. Normally, I just have the sleeping bag draped over the top of me, but it's very chilly tonight, surprisingly. So I've got in it just to keep my legs warm and my back warm. It's lovely now I'm inside it. Although I've still got my tent door open, so any heat that's building up is just going straight out. I might zip it up, but I don't know, because there's still just enough daylight that I can see the silhouette of the trees and the hills against the sky. It does look nice, but I think I might be practical and get it zipped up and maintain some of this heat. Well, anyway, I'm going to get back to my beer, listen to wireless, and then possibly around about 8 o'clock, I think I'll get some food on. I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. I'm just lazy. I can't be bothered cooking it. But I'm sure I'll find the energy somewhere to get my stove out. Anyway, I'm rambling. In the meantime, I'll crack on with this, and I'll see you all later.
BBC News at 8 o'clock.
I've just climbed out of my tent. It's there, behind me. I keep tripping over guy lines, but I've noticed, when I was saying before it's chilly, the grass is already starting to freeze the sparkly bits in the torchlight, and there's ice forming on the fly in my tent. And I even noticed when I was inside there was some, where there's a bit of condensation at the bottom, that was freezing as well. Ooh, nearly tripped up over a tent peg again then. Well, it's funny, now I've got out and I'm moving, it doesn't feel as cold. But I'm feeling a bit hungry now. I've had 3 tins of beer. I think I'll dive back in tent and get some food on the go. I've not got my microphone plugged in, just using one on camera, but when I was outside before and I said I could see frost, and I mentioned there was bits of ice forming on inside of my fly, I'll just turn the camera around, see if it picks it up. Yeah, can you see that? When I think back to last week, it's definitely colder up here. But I suppose that's what happens, when you camp rather than up on hills, you're down in a valley. During winter, all the cold air, it's going to sink to the bottom while warm air rises up. So the valleys become like a cold sink. So that explains it. Anyway, I think I'll put my feet back in sleeping bag and turn my thoughts to getting some food on. Whoa, yeah, I'm feeling really hungry. I've put it off as long as I can, but I'm about to get some food on go. So I shall just make some room here. Get rid of all this grass. I'll just unhook my footprint and pull that back. I won't lose my wooden spoon this time. I'll keep it there on my boot. And time to unpack my kitchen. I love calling this a kitchen. It's just so compact and lightweight. And unlike gas burners, it doesn't get affected by the cold. And if it does, all you've got to do is carry a little tea-light candle, stick that underneath it, so it warms up the fuel, gives off the vapours. But I think I've only ever done that once in about, getting on for 20 years now of wild camping. Anyway, enough of my waffling. Let's get this kitchen unpacked. Right. Well, this is pretty much the same as last week. So I'm not going to talk you through it step by step, I'm just going to get on with it. Whoa, that smells good. Now, to be honest, the only reason I use this is just in case there's any bits. As far as making it safe, well, I'll be boiling it anyway. And in the past, when I forgot my water filter, that's what I've done. and just had any bits, like bits of moss. I've just drank it, eaten it. As long as it's boiled, it's going to be safe. Apart from, like, you know, if you're camping in a lead mine. Right, let's get some water filtered. There's about just over 300 millilitres of water in there. I'll just get this poured into the pan that's got me chopped up chorizo in it. Let's get my stove set up. Right, let's get it lit and let's start cooking. Cooking, I use the term lightly. I love watching that, how the flame spreads across. And I'll just pop this lid on, help it boil faster. Right, I'll bring you back when it's boiling. Right, look at steam coming off my pan. I think it's boiled. Let's just check. Oh yes, that's boiling away. Right, let's get the 2 packets of macaroni cheese mugshots in there. Right, well, that's back up to the boil. I shall... tastes nice. I'll take it off the heat. Put my stove out. Let's get this lid on, which makes it pretty much airtight. And then the last thing I've got to do is bung it in this Mylar bag. Oh, that's very hot. I've just got to let that hydrate now. After about 10 minutes, I'll take it out of the bag, give it a stir, then bung it back in. After 20 minutes, perhaps even half an hour, it should be ready. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Well, I'm feeling really hungry now, and I reckon this should be done. So let's get it out of that bag. Whoa, that's still very hot. Oh. Right, let's get lid off and see if it's hydrated. Whoa, still steaming away. I'll just give it a stir. Well, that looks spot on, but proof's in the pudding. Let's give it a taste, see if it's hydrated. I think it is. I'll get some chorizo in that as well. Oh, that is well nice. Well, I'm going to get stuck into this while it's still hot, and I'll see you later. Hey, my God, that was a good bit of grub. Well, I'll get washing up done, and then I'll see you in a bit. Right, that's everything done. I need something to wash that food down with now. And because I'm drinking real ale, I've had this can of beer inside my sleeping bag so it warms up. It's not like lager where you want it chilled. I think I've said that to you before. I'm going to get this final 4th tin of McEwen's Champion 7.3 cracked open. Whoa, that's a welcome smell. Well, for final time tonight, everybody, good health and cheers. By gum, that's good beer. Just what I needed to wash that food down. Oh, I'm so full. And what I was saying before about how your body warms up when you've eaten food. I can feel it in my feet already. They're toasty warm. I mean, they weren't cold before, but now they're getting to the point where I'm thinking, I may have to take my down boots off. Anyway, I'm going to get back to this. put wireless back on, and I'll see you all later. I said I'd bring you back in a bit. Well, brought you back a bit earlier than I planned, because I just remembered I've got some posh biscuits. I'm full already, but I can't resist. Well, it's very buttery, as well as being packed with bits of chocolate. It makes a nice change from those squashes which I've been bringing on my past few camps. Well, I'm going to continue eating this, listen to wireless, and I'll bring you back later. Well, that's a good way to round night off. By gum, that's good beer. Well, it's approaching 11 o'clock. I've still got one posh biscuit left. I think I'll save that for breakfast. Although I don't normally eat breakfast, but I imagine it'll go nice with a cup of coffee. Well, I'm feeling a bit sleepy now, so what I'm thinking of doing is zipping up this inner, getting myself sorted, turning light off, put radio on timer. Although I said I was going to put radio on timer. Don't really need to do that with that stream that's flowing by me. That's a lovely sound just on its own. Yeah, I might just let the sounds of nature lull me to sleep. Well, anyway, as I said, I'm just going to get this inner zipped up, and I'll see you in a second or two. Right, well, that's me inner all zipped up. I'm very toasty and warm in here, especially after that food. I'm still feeling the effects of it. But now I've zipped this inner up, I really felt like the benefit straight away. I think when I fastened the fly, that must have like raised the temperature by 1 degree, because I was feeling cold on my hands, thinking I'll put gloves on, but as soon as I fastened that up, it warmed up and I've not needed them. And I've just fastened this up and it's got even warmer. It's lovely in here now. Well, excuse me. I'm feeling a bit sleepy, so it's approaching 11 o'clock. I think I'll have an early night and get my head down. So on that note, I'll say good night all, and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, everybody. Time is just before 7 o'clock. In fact, I think I'll put wireless on, see if I can catch the news. Well, news will be on in a couple of minutes. In the meantime, I think we should have a look outside, see what it's like. Oh, it's a bit frosty out there. Well, it's before dawn. Sun's not up yet. It's supposed to be a nice day today, but everything's just clagged out at the moment. Hopefully when sun comes up, it'll burn off all this frost. Well, it's 3 minutes to 7. I think I'll turn my thoughts to getting a brew on. Yeah, let's get on with that. Looks like my kettle's boiled. Pan of water's boiled. Let's just have a look. Oh yes. Right, let's get this off stove. Right, let's make a brew. Right, let's get stuck into it. Oh.
Revenues up £25 million, but your operating profit fell slightly despite that market.
Oh, that's nice. I don't normally do breakfast, but I've just remembered. I've got one of my posh biscuits left. Whoa.
I think a tip for greatness from very early on, in the middle of their careers, they've each claimed to be certainly world class, maybe the best in their position for a period, and then towards the end of the career,
Oh, that's nice.
had these elongated careers whereby they've become mentors to the Irish team and huge impact players as well. So they really are the sort of top.
Yeah, it definitely feels like it's warming up since I first woke up. Still guy lines and everything, and poles are covered in ice, frost, ice. Trying to make it sound dramatic. Covered in frost. Right, well, I'm going to drink my brew, listen to wireless. I'm just looking at the sky, and yeah, that cloud is shifting now, and I can see a blue sky almost. Ah, oh, what a brilliant place to wake up. I'm finally out of my tent. It's still covered in frost, but as you can see over there, the sun's starting to creep towards me. Lovely blue sky up above. I'm very tempted to take my time and hope that the sun comes over and defrosts my tent. But I think it's going to be a while. So I'll just carry on packing up very slowly. Got most of my kit already packed up. Just got to stuff things in rucksack and drop the tent really. Ah, what a lovely morning. Right, I'll get back to packing up. Right, that's me, all suited and booted with my bag on, ready for the off. Just down here, you can see the outline of where I've had my tent, where all the frost has come off it. And before I go, I'm just doing my usual last look around for any tent pegs, or more importantly, any little bits of rubbish. But the place is absolutely spotless. Like we all do, we leave no trace so others can enjoy it. What an enjoyable place this has been. It's a good job I didn't wait for that sun. It's only got to here. Yeah, I think I would have been waiting about another half an hour before it got there. Ah, what a lovely morning. Nice to be in that sun actually, it's got some heat to it. Beautiful day now all that clag's cleared. Totally blue sky. Right, well, I think I'll plod on back to the car. Well, here I am, back at the car. I'm about to get all this kit off and chuck it in back. But wow, what a brilliant camp that was. Just what I needed. Tranquil, relaxing, nobody else around. Sound of that stream burbling away all throughout the night. Well, until I fell asleep. I had a really good sleep as well. It was really good. I really enjoyed this camp. Well, on that note, there's not really further to say, apart from thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And as I always say, I'll look forward to your comments because I do enjoy reading those and replying to them. Well, I think I'll start drive home. And one final thing to say is I'll see you all next time for another Hengist Wild Camps. So it's cheerio from me. Goodbye all.